This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so thank you. We can start now. So before I start, before I start the further presentation and discuss about the agenda, is it possible that we can have a quick round of introduction where we can at least understand couple of things that which domain you belongs to and how many years of experience you have in this particular domain. Okay, so basically these two information will help me to understand that what kind of audiences we have today in this gathering. Okay, and based on that it will be really helpful for me to drive the further session. Okay, so can we start now? Quick introduction. Okay, so let me call the name so we can start. So first, GK. GK.
Hello, Ditya. Hello, everyone.
Hi.
This is Kishore. I have 12 plus years of experience in SAP ABAP, HANA, and in the integration as well. And currently working as an SAP solution architect. Um, and I'm attending this course to prepare for an upcoming MDG project. And yeah, and to gain hands-on experience in with SAP MDG as part of continuous learning. Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks for this information.
Thank you.
Okay. Now I'm moving to next, Mustaq.
Good evening, all. Myself, Mushtaq. I'm having 13 years of experience in automations testing. Uh, I have around 5 different tools where I have worked in entire career. I'm looking for move into a stable domain where I can continue as only learning one part instead of having multiple tools in my career skills. Career list. I just want to have it into a larger market area where I have SAP and Oracle. So SAP is one of the area I see where I can have a stable learning.
Okay, Mustaq. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Ravi.
Yeah, yeah. Hello everyone. So basically, I'm a functional consultant. My stream is plant maintenance PM module, and I have been working this module since past 4 years. So I'm just I'm eager to know what all things we have in MDG and whether it is suitable for the functional consultant or not. These are certain questions which I hope she can answer. That's all. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Ravi. Thank you. Uh, Mohan. Mohan, is it audible for you? Okay. Let's move on. Ajish.
Hi, good evening, all. I have around 16 plus year SAP experience. In that 11 years, I have SAP MDG, technical and functional. I can say 90% functional and 10% technical and MDG. I past 11 years working in MDG. Thank
You
you.
already having experience in SAP MDG. That is what
11
you
years.
said, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So then, may I know what is the reason to join this discussion?
Yeah, actually, I said no, like 11 years I have MDG experience in that 90 percentage functional knowledge, and I worked in 10 percentage only technical. So just
Okay, I understand now.
like
Okay,
exploring medical more. That's all.
I understand now. Okay, fine.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks. Okay, Vivek.
Yeah, hello everyone. So, my name is Vivek, and I am working as a SAP MDG functional, uh, and I have experience of 3+ years right now. And I joined this session to learn about the technical part for the MDG. So, I am having totally 100% of experience in functional only. That's the reason I joined. Thank you.
Okay, thanks. Next, Ramu. Ramu, can you hear us? Okay. Mohan, is it possible for you to speak?
Yes, yes, yes. Now I can
Okay.
speak. Sorry, the setting, it was setting. I couldn't speak. Yeah, hi all. I have 10 years of experience in the SAP, MM, and master data, and the domain is written. So, since I work for master data area, just I want to upskill my knowledge in MDG. So, I'm looking forward to understand what are the needs for functional and technical side. And we need to have a ABAP knowledge around for learning the technical part.
Okay, I'll cover everything. I'll cover
Okay, okay,
everything.
fine. Good.
So, yeah. Okay. Next is Abhi. Abhi, you joined just now. So, we are actually making some introduction. So, can you please quickly share your year of experience and which domain you're currently working in?
Actually, I'm working in Accenture, and I have 2 years of experience in SAP ABAP, and I'm currently also working in MDG project as an technical.
Okay, thank you. You don't need to disclose your organization name. Okay. So,
Okay.
just year of experience and domain is enough. Thank you, Abhi. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay. Uh, Anyone left? I think Ramu, is it possible to speak? Okay, fine. So let's move on because it's a Sunday and I don't want to unnecessarily hold you for this particular, uh, discussion. So let me quickly introduce myself. Myself, Aditya. I'm having 15 years of experience in SAP. I basically started my career as ABAPer and then I moved to MDM and MDG. Since 2013, I'm part of MDG, and during my journey, I have been associated with various projects like retail, manufacturing, agriculture, defense. So these are the sectors I have contributed on MDG, on master data, and particularly I have been part of the different domains like uh, material master, finance master, business partner, including customer and vendor. And my role, basically, when I started my MDG journey, it was a developer where I was entitled to do the functional and the technical exercise or configurations. And then my role moved to the techno functional, and where basically I was doing technical and functional as well, along with the user communications, requirement gathering, stakeholder communications, etc. And currently my role is as a solution architect, where I equally responsible for functional, technical, and the stakeholder communication. Okay. Communication include the requirement, the new requirement, the leverage the existing requirement, deal with the system landscape, future landscape preparations, upgrades, refresh, stakeholder communication, already I mentioned. So these are the things, new opportunities, creations, continuous improvements, etc. Okay. So this is my a very short profile, and whatever I have done in my MDG journey or master data journey, including MDM and MDG, that I will share with you. So basically, the idea is to have this discussion. This discussion is having three different angles. One is the functional, another one is the technical, and the third is the from the solution architect point of view. Because I had an opportunity to look into all three aspects, so because of that I will cover all these three areas. That means the functional configuration setups, etc., technical configurations or technical developments like feeder class implementation, handler class implementation, then a different type of rule body, service body implementation, etc. Okay, and then the solution architect details like how you basically do the stakeholder communication, how the landscape management you have to, system landscape management you have to do, how you plan for the upgrade, how you plan for the refresh, okay, and how you basically adapt the new innovations which are happening in MDG area in your current framework. So these are the things basically we will talk about. Okay. But the thing is that any discussion without agenda, that is going into some different direction. So because of that reason, we do have some agenda. But before I coming to the agenda, particularly those who are from MDG background, they don't need this presentation at all. But particularly those people, because of this introduction was necessary, that I wanted to know that what are the participants we have today. So I just came to know that majority of the participants luckily having very good understanding about master data and SAP, but there are certain participants who are coming from a completely different background, and they need to know what is MDG, what is the future prospect of MDG, etc., etc. Okay, so for them it is necessary to have a quick presentation, and then I will come to the agenda, and then I think if you allow me to speak, basically what happens that first 15-20 minutes just allow me, I will provide some information, and I do believe that this information will answer 80% of your question. So that remaining 20%, once we will open the floor, we can have some question answer session. Okay. Okay, I'll just straight away go to the presentation. So first of all, what is data management and what is data governance? Basically, what happens that in every sector, whether it's a retail sector or manufacturing sector or banking sector or some agricultural sector, pharmaceutical sector, whatever the sector you see, in every sector, now we have a huge amount of data. We have a lot of customers. We have a lot of products, and that product sell to different, basically we receive the raw materials from different vendors to manufacture that product. So that means we have a huge amount of data. When you have a huge amount of data in place, it also necessary that you should have a proper setup to manage them, and manage in certain way that it can give you a future benefit. It can give you a very user friendly framework within your organization to simplify the process. Okay, so that was the main reason where the master data management and governance came into the picture. So earlier it was managing through the core functional module, but now over the period of time it was needed to have an additional module in place to simplify this master data processes. Okay, now in master data management, basically we have a confusion. So a lot of people said that MDM, MDG, what is the difference, and how you would differentiate that. So basically, MDM is a completely different module itself in MDG in SAP. SAP MDM, Master Data Management. In Master Data Management, we have four different tools, which are Console, Data Manager, Import Manager, and Syndicator. Okay, by using that, we basically do some structuring, some mapping, field mapping, and then workflow setup, then derivations, calculations, and then data load activity and data replication activities. So these are the activities we usually do with these four tools. But over the period of time, it has been experienced that MDM is not satisfying the customer need, because customer needs are changing, constantly changing, and it's improving. So over the period of time, it was also needed to upgrade the process, okay, or to update the process. I think someone joined in between. Hi, Sasi. Okay. So over the period of time, it has been realized that it has to, means the process has to upgrade. The process has to be more simpler or advanced rather. And that thought process basically given a birth of SAP MDG. So architectural point of view, if you see MDM and MDG, they are more or less same. But process point, so MDM runs on C++, where MDG runs on ABAP. And naturally, ABAP is a the one of the very popular programming language of SAP. So there is no doubt that SAP will uh, mm, you know uh, take this MDG module further, because not only ABAP for their in-house product, also through ABAP, managing the data management and governance is quite easy. Okay, so that's the thing. We will talk about more differences between MDM and MDG whenever the opportunity comes. Today I'm talking about from a very top of the things, at least give you a basic understanding. So then we started this data governance journey. Now in data governance also, sometimes you heard this term MDM system, MDG system, MDM system, MDG system. But just now we talked about that MDM is completely a different module. Then how come MDM system you can hear that it is also exist in your present setup? So basically across the industry, everyone is not a master data expert. So there are many people who are part of the project or part of the process. They are basically the stakeholders who are from technical background, who are from from customer stakeholder background, etc. Okay, and now for them, they need a simple terminology to categorize the systems. So that means what kind of simple terminology that means? So let's say, for an example, you have a source system SAP MDG from where the data is moving to SAP ECC or S4HANA. Okay, so that SAP ECC and S4HANA, ultimately they are the target systems. They receive the data from MDG, and thereafter the further data will be send it out to the further systems, like it can be send it to BI system or BW or APO or some other systems, CRM, etc., etc. So whatever the master data activity we are doing in S4 or ECC system, in this example, regarding this example, we can categorize or we can use the terminology as a MDM activity. Okay, MDM activity. And whatever the exercise we are doing, whatever the activities we are doing within SAP MDG system, in a simple way, we can use the terminology that is MDG activity or MDG system. So this is the way, basically, in a any current ongoing project, you can see that this kind of terminology we use. But that doesn't mean that MDM is ECC system or MDM is S4 system. No. SAP MDM, if you go by the actual descriptions or the meaning of it, it's basically a separate module. And as I mentioned, under that module we have a different tools, that is console, data manager, syndicator, and import manager. These are the 4 tools we have. But over the period of time, as I mentioned, that it has been realized that data SAP MDG is having much better process than MDM. So that's what industry is now moving towards MDG. Now in MDG, what are the domain we manage? Basically, we manage material master, finance master, business partner, including customer and vendor. Okay, these are the basic domain which we manage. Apart from that, we also have enterprise asset management and retail management. That is not every project required. It is a very specific case, and for specific situations you will be required that. Now, how many type of data we deal? Basically, we have 4 type of data. First is the reference data. What do you mean by reference data? So when you create one material, you need material basic information, classification data, characteristics information, plant details, sales details, MRP details, etc. So these are the details which I talk about. They So with those reference data, ultimately we create the master data. We create the material master or vendor master. So like for vendor master, company code, purchase order, these are the nothing but the reference data. Okay. What is transactional data? Transactional data means those data which indicates the financial transactions. Okay. Normally in MDG, we don't deal with the transactional data. It's a master data system. It's not a transactional data system. Okay. So we don't deal with the transactional data. But ultimately, for transactional data, whatever the master data is needed, that we supply from MDG. Whether it's a GL account or cost center or cost element or profit center, etc. Next is the reporting data. Reporting data is nothing but ultimately based on the master data. You create the pie charts, you create the graphs, and understand how your framework is running, how your master data is properly utilizing in the process. Okay, so that is nothing but reporting data, which mainly we do in S4 HANA system or BW system. However, in latest version of SAP MDG, we do have the functionality to deal with SAP analytics, which are nothing but representing the reporting data. Okay, so that we will see more details manner. Now the next one is that is MDG capabilities. There are three pillars of having MDG. The main three pillars are: one is the reusability framework. That means the same master data which you create, you can reuse that master data in order to update it in future. Secondly, you have a fantastic governance framework, advanced governance framework, okay, where basically every request go through a different approval process, and then that particular master data will be created. And the third part is the data quality. So ultimately, you create a golden record. So that record which was incomplete, that record which was not beneficial for the organization, you complete that record and you make it benefited for the organization. So the data quality you maintain. So these are the main three pillars of MDG. That why you need MDG. Okay. So in this particular details, where you can see that you have some out-of-box delivery, which we will talk about in details. So basically, out-of-box delivery is nothing but it is giving you some ready-made prerequisites. Based on that prerequisites, you integrate with different models, different objects within master data governance, and that different objects helps you to create an advanced governance framework which will make your total master data journey transparent and user friendly, and that data you ultimately move to some target system, and then this cycle will continue. Whether today you create something, tomorrow the same record you want to change, you want to update, so that also you can use through the reusability functionality. So this is the on top of the things MDG capabilities. Of course, whenever the opportunity comes, we will go in detail. I'm just touching the points, nothing more than that. So as I mentioned, we have like material master, where we have a material basic data, classification details, sales details, plant details, MRP details, etc. We will also talk about customer master data. So basically in MDG, in S4 MDG, we follow the BUPA concept. So BUPA concept is basically that ultimately top of the head you have a business partner, and business partner will have associated ERP customer and ERP vendor. Okay, so this customer and vendor, whatever you are creating, they basically linked with the business partner. In normal ECC, that is not the case. In normal ECC, it's just a customer, it's just a vendor. We do have a business partner there, but it is not necessary to link the business partner with customer and vendor. But whenever you move to S4, this is one of the feature of S4 which you need to follow, that you should maintain the BUPA concept. You should have a proper linkage between the business partner and relevant ERP customer or ERP vendor. So here exactly we will see in detail that how we have a business partner basic information, followed by the business partner roles, followed by the bank details, tax information, and then followed by ERP customer details. Under ERP customer, you have a company code, you have a sales area, etc. Similarly, for vendor or supplier master, it's the same, like business partner informations followed by ERP supplier, company code, and purchase order. Then you have a finance master data where you have a GL account, where you have a cost center, you have a cost element, you have a profit center, you have center group, cost center group, etc. So as a details, as I was talking about, that generally we have finance master, material master, business partner, that includes customer and supplier. But apart from that, we also having enterprise asset management and retail management. However, retail management I never worked, so I have no experience on that. I have worked with EAM, but again, this is not our primary objective to talk about EAM. I will give a details about EAM, but our primary objective is talk about financial master, material master, and business partner, including supplier and customer, because majority of the project they covers these are the domain. Okay. Within MDG, what kind of process we follow? So basically, we will talk about data model first. So data model is a element where we define the attributes. Already standard attributes, standard relationships are defined. For additional attributes like custom attribute, custom entities, that we will define here. So basically, in our discussion, we will talk about data model in a three different way. First is we will talk about the custom data model. We will create one hands-on. So basically, everything we are going to talk about, that is with the hands-on activity. That means the practical activities will be given. So first we will create one custom data model. I will show you like how the entire configuration needs to be done. Then we will talk about standard data model which provided by SAP. And then the most important thing is enhancement of the standard data model. And everything will be hands-on with a proper example. Okay. Theoretical is important, but beyond theoretical, if you don't have a practical experience, how to deal with over the system, you will not able to deliver the project. So next is the process model. Again, the different processes like create, change, mark for deletion, block, unblock. So these are the processes, how we can create the custom process, what are the standard process we have, and then enhancement of the standard process. So these are the things again we will see with the hands-on experience. The next is the UI model. In UI model, basically first we will see that what is the main functionality of floor plan manager. Okay, so by default SAP provides floor plan manager, and how this floor plan manager impact the UI model. We will also design one custom UI model and will arrange some attributes there, and we'll show you how the data interaction happens. Then we will talk about the standard UI model and then the enhancement of the UI model. In this particular enhancement, we will also touch upon the UI field property activities, UI field manipulations, like to make some certain field mandatory, to make some certain field gray out, to make some certain field invisible. So how we can do this through feeder class implementation, how we can do this through field property body. So these are the things which we will show you with example hands-on. Okay. Then next is the workflow. So basically in this we will talk about the rule-based workflow, which is an advanced workflow. So in rule-based workflow, we will create one end-to-end rule-based workflow with completely custom requirement, because workflow process is a custom process. It's a uh, industry oriented process or an organization oriented process. So we will create one end-to-end process and we'll show you how you can build the process for create scenario, how you can build the process for change scenario, how you can build the process for mark for deletion, how you can build the process for block and unblock master data activities. Okay, and everything will be hands-on with example. In this particular workflow modeling, we will also understand how this roles, MDG roles and position works, how it works to push that particular request to the different levels of approval. Then as an extension of workflow, we will also talk about the validations and derivations. Okay, in this we will basically talk about two things. One is BRA plus approach, business rule framework approach, and the body approach. So we will have an example where we will show you that how through BRA plus you can make some validations and derivations. And then we have a body. So basically for body we have two things. One is service body, another one is rule body. Under service body we will talk about email notification, follow-up email, extended email notification, rule context preparation, dynamic agent selection, parallel processing, and every case I'm talking about, it will be with the specific hands-on with example. Okay, it's not just a theoretical. Everything will with a practical example will show you, will execute you. Otherwise, it's very difficult for you to understand technically how it's happening. Then rule body. Rule body, we have a single entity validation and cross entity derivations. Again, with the hands-on, we will show. This is purely technical area, and that we will cover up. Then to move on, we have a search and duplicate check where we will basically talk about enterprise search, HANA based search, database search, etc. And we will show you that how the duplicate check configurations can be done, which is one of the very important aspects of data quality. Then we have a data replication. So in data replication, we will basically talk about two things. One is data replication with ALE doc and data replication with SOA services. And also we will talk about the DIF, data import framework. And finally, we will talk about in this chapter itself, that is mass processing and consolidation. So basically how you create mass data, how you change the mass data, what are the configurations are behind, and everything. I'm again reiterating this point, everything will have a proper hands-on exercise. Okay, and then we will also talk about SAP Fiori, how we can configure the SAP Fiori for different processes like consolidation, mass processing, data quality, data analytics, how you can create a custom tile, how basically the tiles connected with groups, how these groups and tiles connected with the roles, etc. Okay. So basically we will talk about a complete configuration of Fiori. Then some additional topic and new topic we will talk about, that is MDG process analytics and data quality management. Okay, and with this the basic details are complete. Now let me quickly show you that this is our agenda. So we have a several chapters. The entire topic breaks into the several chapters. That several chapters having some topics. Okay, each chapter is having some topics. So you can see into MDG introduction, we will talk about the purpose of MDG business management and governance. We will understand the MDG architecture with various deployment options. We will talk about MDG business frameworks and the prerequisite out of box configuration, the prerequisite for the domain like material, finance, business partner, including customer and vendor. Then we will talk about data model. So here we will discuss the develop custom data model just now I talked about in the presentation. Then we will understand the standard data model and the enhancement. In enhancement, basically we will be focusing on how to add the custom field in BP, MM and finance data model, how to add the custom entity type in MM, BP and finance data model, how to manage the CVI mapping, how to manage the Genial model mapping. These are the things. Coming to the process model, we will talk about how we can develop the custom process model, enhance the standard process model for MM, BP and finance, and some more details like some activate type linkage activities, some MDG, the properties, etc. Many other things are there. Then we have a UI model. Under UI model, basically we will first understand how this floor plan manager configuration works. What are the different configurations are involved in floor plan manager, which will be good for our business process. Then how to develop the custom UI, how to enhance the standard UI model, and particularly as I mentioned that field property activities like to make some field hide, to make some field mandatory, to make some field editable or gray out, etc. So such kind of things you can do through the feeder class implementation and field property body, and that hands-on we will have. Then we will talk about the workflow, create rule-based workflow end-to-end, develop the different type of role concepts, positions, etc. Then validations and derivations. Here basically we will talk about two things, BRA plus and ABAP body. Under ABAP body we have service body and rule body. Just now I have shown the list. Then we have a search and duplicate check, and then data replications, where data replications with ALE IDOC, SOA services, data import framework, consolidation and mass processing, file upload, download, key mapping, value mapping. Then under the enrichment, we have a Fiori configuration, data quality management, data analytics, and interview question answers. To prepare you how you can face the interview, whether it's a project interview or it's an organizational interview. So these are our agenda. So whatever the topics we are going to cover, we will mention the completion rate, like 10% we complete today or 20% we complete today or whatever, 100%, and also estimated hours. This will create a transparency in our process, in our discussion. So neither I can say that whether I have not covered it or I have covered it, nor you can say, okay, this is not covered or this is covered. Okay. So everything will be transparent and this sheet will be available in the SharePoint. So everyone will be given a SharePoint access like this, where we have a different, folders along with this agenda Excel, this presentation PPT, and one working Excel, where basically for theoretical and details we will write there. We will make you understand the basic concept behind this, and then the practical exercise. Even if you see, if I go to validations and derivations, for each and everything, see validation through BRF plus, rule context preparation, requester cannot be in approval user list, product rule context, parallel workflow. So every topic we have a separate documentations, and this documentation follow up CR, derivation, validation, dynamic agent selection, email notification. So, and that is to having the raw code, the step by step details, everything. Okay. So I can show you one case. Let's say for an example, validation through BRF plus. How our documentation we prepare. Basically, you can see this is our requirement, means obviously before I create something, I should have some requirement. So this is our targeted requirement, and this is what the objective I want, and then step by step details. You can see. So this is the configuration you have to go, you have to do this. This is how, and this is exactly we will do the exercise on the in the system, and also documentation available. So step by step documentations you can see, and ultimately how you create the rules, etc., etc. Okay, and then finally you see how you can create. So this is how the documentation we have on every topic. And also you will be given one SAP system. So we have a system for trainer, we have system for student. So this is, I can show you, this is one system. Okay, I think login access issue I have. Okay, so you will be basically given such kind of system. It's a S4 MDG, the latest version, MDG with latest pack, and you can see it's a basically S4 MDG system. Okay, and whatever the exercise we will do, that is in this system. So you have a reference of that exercise, so you can offline you can do the practice, and obviously you will have the reference document at all as well. Okay, so these are the things. And now coming to that, uh, when we will have the session, mainly it's a weekend session. Okay, every Saturday, Sunday we will have like 2 to 3 hours session, not more than that, because in 2 to 3 hours the amount of information you will receive, that at least you need some time to digest rest of the day in a week, and then uh, whatever the questions you have, we can answer all your questions in the following session. So like that we basically approach the whole thing, and whether this particular discussion will help me in certification. First of all, officially we never give you any confirmation that if you do this then you will clear the certification. No, by that time at least you understand our design, our uh, course design is very much towards the project specific. So our objective is very clear. Once you complete this, at least you will independently start working in MDG project as a techno-functional consultant. That is our objective. Obviously, some might have already decided that no, I will not go to the technical area, I will only go focus on functional area. Yes, that is up to you. But we are covering all three aspects, as I mentioned: functional, technical, and solution architect. All three aspects we are covering. So based on your year of experience, based on your domain experience, you can then decide which way you will turn yourself. Okay. So that is our objective. Our objective is never to push you for certification, because certification requires more theoretical knowledge. But here, at least by that time, you came to know that we are mainly talking about theoretical as well as mainly focusing on the practical. Okay, the practical exercise, because end of the day in project you have to deal with the requirement, you have to deal with the customer requirement. Okay, so that is all from my side. So yes, if you have any question, we can take the question now.
Hi Aditya, Vivek this side.
Hi Vivek, yes, please go ahead.
You were mentioning that refresh and upgrade steps, right, from the MDG side. So is that the upgrade means, is that ECC to S4HANA upgrade steps that we will be covering?
Basically, we will be covering two things. One is already your system is in MDG and you are just doing some patch upgrade. Okay, so that is one type of upgrade. Another type of upgrade is that you are using SAP ECC or S4 HANA system. From there, you are moving to MDG. Okay, and apart from these two, I will also give you the kind of details where how you can do the S4 HANA conversions. Okay, so sometimes what happens in some project, you have a ECC box. From ECC, first you need to do the S4 conversion. Once the system is become S4, then you need to do the necessary configuration for MDG. Okay,
Yes.
so
Yeah.
these are the upgrade which I will talk about mainly.
Okay. Got it.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks, Aditya.
Okay. We have some questions received in chat. Ravi says, "Sorry, I think I don't need this session. I have joined some session for clarity only." Okay, fine. So Jaipal is saying, "Hi, please let us know the job prospect on SAP MDG in the market." Okay, very good question. So basically, uh, we are doing, but ultimately, what is the prospect? That is very logical question. So now, I would say, don't trust me. Okay, don't trust me. You need to go to any job portal. Okay, you have a Naukri, you have some other portal as well. Go there and see that SAP MDG between, let's say, 3 to 10 years of experience, or 3, what are the job has been posted in past 3 months. Don't go beyond that. Past 3 months, and there you will get the answer. So currently, the reason is there are a huge amount of customer, they moving to SAP MDG to manage their master data. Even let me tell you that there are some customers who are using Oracle. They are moving from Oracle to MDG because there are certain features which MDG is providing that is much better than Oracle. Managing through SAP is much easier than Oracle. This is, I am just giving you one example. Similarly for IBM Informatica, because IBM is also having MDG, Informatica is also having MDM. Okay, so these are the things. Sasi is having question. Hello, I'm working as a MDG functional consultant past 4 years. Now I want to learn MDG techno-functional. So do I need to take any above prerequisite session before starts MDG technical? Answer is yes. at least you need to have a because here I will talk about MDG techno-functional things, but particularly how the small things like data structure, how that the basic ABAP syntax we use, how the debugging we can use. So these are the things, if you have, then it will be really, really helpful for you. Okay. But anyway, in this discussion, we are also covering some ABAP exposure. But yes, better to have additional, experience, particularly on ABAP, that will really help you as a very good technical consultant as well. Okay. Okay, Mushtaq, you have a question. Please go ahead.
Yes. When I just heard the introduction of all the team members, I felt I'm the odd man out here because I'm not from the SAP background. So I want to understand whether how I am suitable, or like how I am going to adjust to this new technology or new learning. I just in your experience, if anyone has converted from non SAP background to
Thank you.
the SAP.
I totally understand your question. Now let me give you one case. This we have many cases. First of all, uh, the it is see, you have to understand that at some point of time we also started our career from zero, right? We also one day was a new in ABAP or MDM or MDG. I can tell you one example that one of our candidate who in past associate with this sort of a discussion, he was from non-SAP background, non-technical background. Okay, he was completely into a different domain altogether. He had the expectation to come into the IT, and he was looking for some opportunity that within IT which can be a good option for me. And somehow he landed here. He asked the same question that what it is possible for me. I said, look, whatever I can give you 100%, I can't give you 100% guarantee. Ultimately, end of the day, it's you who will take your destiny. Okay. So I can, whatever it's possible from my end, that is to explain you this MDG concept, to, help you in all way, that we will do. But ultimately, you will be the architect of your destiny. Okay. And then he took up, and he was regular. I have seen people, they started with N2 and slowly the N2 gone down at some point of time. But that person was regular, though he had gone through a lot of challenges because it was a completely new world for him. He told me from at very day one that even though you are explaining all this ABAP concept, sorry, I cannot go with this ABAP concept. I will move myself with a functional area and look, we'll see how I can do. Then once the thing started, he was so interested with the technical part and then the way we basically discussed. Then finally, today, I don't want to name the organization. It's one of the MNC. It's a very popular MNC in India across the globe. He is working there as a techno-functional consultant. So everything can be possible. This is not a rocket science ultimately. It's a concept which is related to the master data, and if you go through the concept properly, it's anyone can do this. So it is not something which cannot be achievable. Okay.
Okay, I have one more
So
question.
yeah, please.
Any prerequisite, as I understand, because before this I joined another demo also, where I understand to go into that module of SAP, is required some basic knowledge around MM and SD.
MMSD knowledge not necessary. The way
Here
we
in
will
this,
explain,
uh,
we will explain that will be covered. So categorically, if you are looking for MM and SD knowledge, I would say no, don't go for it.
no,
Okay,
what
don't go
my
for it.
no, my maybe I have not given my question correctly. See, to learn that module, the expectation is yes, we need at least 10 to 15 hours of working hands-on experience on SD and MM, where we'll place some orders, we'll do some configuration. Thereafter, the actual module, okay, we'll start like MDG. Another module is there, so they requested, yeah, they'll help us to learn the MM and SD, whatever is required to that module. Something like is there for this MDG? That is what my question. Prior knowledge
My
of
answer
any
is
module. Huh.
my answer is no. Except
Okay.
ABAP. Except ABAP. ABAP is
Hmm.
required a lot of technical details. So except ABAP, if I categorically talk about SD and MM, no. Again, finance, if I talk about, yes, finance necessary, because finance, there are many things, particularly what is GL account, what is cost center, what is profit center. At least the basic terminology, if you know, then it
Hmm.
will be easy for you to take it further. But
Okay.
categorically, SD and MM, no, because the way we design our discussion, we will cover up those details. So that is what I am telling you. It's not necessary for you. Particularly
Okay.
SD and MM. ABAP, yes. Finance, FICO, yes.
Okay.
Okay. If little bit, the basic
Hmm.
details. I'm not
Details.
asking because you are ultimately not going to do the core FICO.
Yes.
Okay.
Hmm.
So that is not an expectation. At least the basic thing, if you know, then it will help you.
Okay. And we have
Okay.
a hands-on session in this training. It's not like only theory and you will give the machine, we'll
That
do
is what I said
a test
from
control.
beginning only, that it has been clearly mentioned in the agenda
Hmm.
in bracket hands-on. Okay, so
Okay.
without hands-on, we are not. Otherwise, it is not possible for me to explain. Okay, I'm incapable in that case, because everything I learned, that is from a real-time exercise, right? So the way I will explain, that is the same way. Okay. Okay,
Okay.
Jaipal is having a
Okay.
question, that is, hello, I have around 15 years of experience in ABAP, WebDintro, Workflow, Success Factor. I want to shift MDG. Will it be a right step? It is absolutely right step for you. Absolutely. And you should look for a techno-functional, and then you will have a very good career path because you have a background in ABAP. Okay. So it's a very good opportunity for you. It doesn't mean that I'm asking you to join this discussion. No, don't join. Okay. But even though by self-study, if you go to MDG area, I think this is the right path for you. So please go ahead. And for that, you don't need to join this discussion, honestly speaking. Even though if you go by the self-study, that is also you can, but MDG will be your right destination. At this moment, I don't know about future. Maybe after 10 years something new will come. Okay, but at this moment it is a very good module. Okay, I don't want to extend the discussion on Sunday. So if you have any specific question, otherwise we will close the session.
We don't cover any retail area or fashion management, right? Here
The retail
in
area?
this week master. Yeah, retail area we have
No, no,
only
no.
master data
I
and
don't have experience on that.
okay, it's only on this material and BP and FI.
Material, business partner, including customer, vendor, and finance master.
Okay. In this, it look like it just covering on that technical side on the body alone, right? So other part, everything will be on the functional area, that how we are doing it, like from the
MDG
developers
specific
or in.
functional area we are covering.
Okay.
MDG specific functional area with the technical area, etc. But if you are expecting that core area, no, we are not a core SD function consultant, right? So if you are looking for a core area, then you need to core SD, core MM or core FICO session. There they will talk about all the configurations, core part basically. Okay,
Yes, I'm
because you
asking
have to understand it's a
especially on the
different
retail
module
and fashion
altogether.
management. Yes, yes, I can understand that it's a three. What we are talking on the master data is okay being used in MDM also, but if you come to retail, we have various other master data that we use for that merchandise hierarchy,
And that
article
is what I
hierarchy,
said, that
characteristics.
this
Yeah,
is then this is not the
those
place for you if you are looking for, because I do not
those.
have enough
Mm-hmm.
experience on retail and fashion management.
Okay,
Okay.
okay,
Yeah.
fine. Yeah.
Any other question from anyone? Okay. Thank you. First of all, thank you for giving the time on Sunday for this discussion. And if you have any further question, you can reach out to the coordinator. Coordinator will help you. If there is some question which coordinator may not able to help you, then that question will route it to me. I will try to answer that question as soon as possible. Okay. Thank you so much. And the respective, please collect this agenda from coordinator, and then please check and let us know. Okay. Thank you. Thanks for your valuable time. Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.